The game is non-stop. So true. Don't forget you got to upgrade your depth. That's what Midnight Suns did. You don't have to pit these games against each other, okay? You don't have to do the, like, I'm not like other girls thing. It's okay. They're both good games. You can criticize them regardless, though. I'm crazy. Let's try going down. Excuse me, I need to catch 5 Cleones, though. You piece of junk. Grab the anchor so it won't sweep you away. New Bo Horvat fresh sheet just dropped. He's got 94% wins above replacement. I mean, he's had a good year. That's why I want us to trade him. Because we are not a good team or even close to it. But probably some good teams want one extra good player. And I would love to take, like, you know, maybe a late first round pick plus a B plus valued defensive prospect or something. Trade Miller. The problem, and listen, I don't work in the NHL. The problem is that people are like, why don't we just trade Miller? Well, because like the other 31 general managers in the team or in the league know he's ass and like locker room poison too. So like, this is what are you gonna do? If we didn't want him, we shouldn't have signed him in the first place. That being said, I was pro the signing, but then as this year, kind of the shines come off the rose for sure. Go to the access road? What are you talking about? Go to the access road. You can have our first and Simon Nemec? I only watch Devils games when they're beating our ass. What the hell is a Cleone? That is not a bug net. Where's my bug net? Do I have to purchase it? Whoops. Where's my bug net? Just hit space when you're over a bug? But they keep swimming away. They kept ringing the bell! Like, aren't these guys... Like, I know they're fish, but aren't they small enough fish to be considered bugs? So every time they play you? Yeah, that's the joke. Devils are a good team, man. There's no... Hey! There's no disrespect there. I didn't think they would be, but they are. Hang on for a second here. Which again is just another example of like, what do I know about hockey in the first place? There's a bug there? Hold on, where? Devils are pretenders? It's only their first year being like not ass. You gotta give them some slack, you know? Bug me? Not my best swimming. Basic underwater rifle. No thanks. Bro, you don't want the smoke. There's a shrimp you can get. Of course. Of course, a shrimp. One moment, please. Kings won Stanley Cups, rebuilt, and are already better than the Canucks during their rebuild. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the thing, right? We're talking way too much about what is essentially just an entertainment product at the end of the day. But regardless, people are like, no, I'd like to see the team not be ass in my lifetime. They should try to compete. And you're like, I don't know if you've been watching as many games as I have since like 2014. We've been ass the whole time. There was one playoffs where we weren't ass. The rest of the time we've been like trying our best and being like sixth last every year. Where's my bug, man? Near the copper? Oh my god, they're so in the background. Alright, now that I know I have to... It's like a magic eye. I must look past the image to see the bugs. Okay. Gotta look past the image. But that's why, like, you have to enjoy... Well, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want with your time, to be fair. That's why I think if you actually enjoy sports, you gotta learn to divorce the enjoyment from just watching your team win. Because, like, I'm sure... I wouldn't know, but I'm sure when your team wins, that feels, like, amazing. And it buys you, like, a couple of years of feeling like, oh, no matter what happens, at least we'll always have that cup victory. But, like... I always think about, like, Detroit Red Wings fans who are like, you think that's bad, try being the Red Wings. And I'm like, oh, try winning, like, 5 Stanley Cups in my lifetime and then also making the playoffs for 26 years in a row? Like, what are you even complaining about? But rather than say that that's uniquely a Red Wings thing, I think that what it is that the pains of the loss always sting harder than the glory of victory. So you gotta get some enjoyment out of, you know, watching your team be bad. Because they're gonna be bad for, like, you know, much of the time that you're watching them, probably. Hey, by the way, Cetra13, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. But I will say, honestly, it was easier to, like, watch the Canucks and be entertained when they were bad, but they were supposed to be bad. And then you have, like, 2 or 3 rookies on the team where you're like, these guys are definitely gonna be the best players in the NHL. And you just delude yourself. But, like, when they're supposed to be on the way up, and they're bad, and then you're saddled with, like, all these contracts that you can't move, and you've got $1 trillion in 2 defensemen who are, like, below replacement value 3rd pairing defensemen, but they're your 1st pairing defensemen, then that's, like, that's what it doesn't feel as nice. There's a seahorse. Okay, sorry. Let me go back and get that seahorse, if you'll excuse me. Seahorse. Sorry, I have to look past the image. There we go. Must feel bad for them, too. Yeah, I mean, I don't want them to, like, you know, like, die. I don't blame them for signing the contract, either. I'm just saying, you know... It's just, I guess it's annoying, but at the end of the day, it's also just entertainment. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm like a fairly normal person. If I saw Oliver Ekman-Larsson in the Pacific Center Mall, I wouldn't be like, hey, retire. I would be like, hey, well, I probably wouldn't say anything. But in my head, I would be like, whoa, that's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I would never be like, oh, that's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Let's go up and, like, verbally abuse him because he signed an amazing contract for himself that's horrible for our team. He's, you know, the team, it's like we said about Bob Iger yesterday. Like, if they could hit him in the knee with a golf club and be like, oh, sorry, he's on injured reserve, they would do it in a heartbeat if they thought it would save him $15. Then why not say that? Well, because I'm a stranger. Well, I'm going to walk up to him and be like, hey, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, congrats on being rich. It's just kind of a weird energy. So they'll just let him, like, enjoy his Jamba Juice or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm looking past the image. Plus, I don't want to see any more Canucks players in public, because I saw Thatcher Demko in public and cursed him, apparently, just by being near him in line for Lee's Donuts. Like you're doing right now? Kelp, I need somebody. Kelp, not just anybody. I can't hurt so much worse than a -2. Like a -2 is like, you know, I'm like, you know, they're judging you. You'll get them back with a +2 eventually. I can't is like they don't even care. They're just like, I'm gonna make my own joke out of your joke. Come on, man. Oh, we're gonna get him alive. Oh, what do you mean? We had him in the green. Thought we had him in the green at least. Big fish all do that. That's just yet another mechanic I haven't quite figured out yet. Okay, I'm looking past the image. Anyway, I definitely hope we trade Bo Horvat. Because well, it's you. Chambered Nautilus. It's you? Oh, it's you! I think, like, we're gonna be ass for, like, a few years. Why sign him to a big contract, waste what is left of his prime? Give him a chance. Let him move to a contender for a couple of years. Maybe we get some assets in return. Okay, good, you got me. What about Pedersen? If he's got to go, he's got to... I mean, I'm not... I love PD as a player, but, like, you know, our team is bad. If he wants to stay, I think that my personal opinion as a... I mean, I'm a nobody, right? I don't have NHL GM expertise. If he wants to stay, I think you sign him. If he says... I'm 50-50. I think you're like, all right, brother, you're out of here. We're gonna get a king's ransom, and then you start from zero. Keep Miller, but trade Petey, bro. They can't trade Miller because you need 2 to tango. It's like saying, like, hey, I need to eat. I've got $20 and a handful of cow shit. Like, what should I do? People are like, spend the cow shit to buy lunch, and you're like, well, people won't take this in exchange for food. Maybe I gotta spend the money to eat. And they're like, oh, really? So you're gonna hold on to the cow shit? I can't do anything with it. I signed a contract with the cow shit. It's bound to my soul. We need to find a GM that's as stupid as our GM. They shouldn't have picked it up in the first place. I know! We know that now. Holy cow. Ooh, full ammo. Is there a buyout? Yeah, but like too many teams, including us, abuse this. So now, like, if you buy someone out, you get like a 10% of your salary cap penalty for the next 100 years. Plus, we've got other buyout targets because we've signed freaking absolutely horrendous contracts. We signed like 38-year-olds to 7-year contracts for peak value just to get them in free agency. Anyway. Cleone Queen. Now we're sharing the same dream. What am I gonna do? 17 damage. I doubt you're going to sleep, so let's get a different gun. Nice miss, idiot. Basic underwater rifle, part 3. Get owned. You should have shot for the head. Oh wait, we did. Okay, should have moved. No, we don't take those. range is horrendous. There's poison. There's a poison cloud. Oh, I'm crazy. Oh, excuse me. I need some oxygen real quick. I'm O2 posting. Nice try. Oh, she got me pretty good, boys. Why won't you die? Ooh, she sucked me! I'm out. Get owned. Easiest kill of my life. Phew, what a monster. She was just defending her species. Just like any of us would, given the same circumstances, for the record. Is her dad? Her dad got eaten by this? Or maybe that was her dad? Maybe we got like a Jack Frost situation here? Red Sniper. We got a lot of fish, man. Hey, NL, what's the difference between tteokbokki and tteokgochi? I have no idea. There's a lot of, there's like tok galbi is chicken barbecue. Spicy chicken barbecue. But then there's like tok galbi, which is like beef meatloaf. And then there's tteokbokki, which is the rice cake, the spicy rice cake in the red sauce. Tteokgochi is on a skewer. There you go. Tteokgochi is on a skewer. Oh, we're not even talking about bulgogi and dweji bulgogi, and don't even get me started on the galbi and the LA galbis, the samgyeopsals, and then if you're really balling out, the ogyapsals. Maki, it's your father. If you're watching this, then I probably failed my expedition. I couldn't really take care of you with my busy schedule. My greed for more work has turned me into an irresponsible father. Okay, rather than do anything about that, instead, I'm just going to leave you a message while I die. Okay. Your dream of becoming a chef, I hope it comes true. I'll keep watching you from afar, so don't ever lose your smile. Static. It seems to have cut off. Please enter 25 more cents to listen to the rest of the message. You want to cook for me? But I hired Jason. You can start working here, but you won't get any special treatment. Okay. Sure. She's the best cook. Hire her and level her up. How does she fare with respect to our social links, though? Also, is she actually... Well, I gotta fire Jason, dude. I mean, James. No, I don't. Because Bancho doesn't take up a spot. Ah. We should do some training. Cooking 100. Holy cow. That must be very fast. I'm gonna train you. So you serve better? Why are you making me wait? I'm gonna train you. You always get tips. How about that? That's a nice perk. You're level 3? Well, honestly, I want to level you up again. But I want you to get your second perk. You're not going to get your second perk? What does that mean? She seems to have prepared something. Level 7 unlocks the perk. What the hell? Are you taking her tips? Bro, we share them. Why shouldn't the back of house get to share in the tips? And who's more back of the house than the owner? Sometimes I'm not even in the house. Okay, James is only level 1, but you're only level 1 too. Let's give you some levels here. You're the asshole? I mean, I'm leaving the tips. Cooking plus. But I feel like feel like back of house should always get a share of the tips. Because I'm not just tipping because I got great service. I'm tipping because the food's good too. But like, the thing is, what I resent, I guess, sometimes is sometimes when you order something on like DoorDash, there will be a little option that's like, hey, buy a beer for the kitchen. And it's like, for $6, show your appreciation of the kitchen. And I'm like, I'm showing my appreciation of the kitchen by tipping the restaurant. I didn't realize it's a hotel now where I have to tip the server and the kitchen separately. And then also on the way out, I'll tip the owner and the people who do the accounting and the people who... I'll tip the legal representation that Olive Garden keeps on retainer. And I'll just... I got no problem tipping, but like, you get a tip and then the tip should get distributed downstream from that point onwards. I shouldn't have like a bunch of hands out when you leave the restaurant and you put a little bit of money in each one. Okay, it looks like they brought something. I have no idea what that means. I gotta go to the access road. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what anything means. You're gonna spit in my food? You're gonna spit in my food for tipping? Time to check the equipment level. I'm gonna stop you right there, brother. I can't change that. I can't. I spent all of my money. As someone who worked in a kitchen, we all got a beer every time that rang through. Listen, I've been watching Pressure Cooker. I know a little bit about the kitchen. I know a little bit about what it's like to work in the restaurant industry. I've eaten in a lot of them. That being said, you know what was a little sussy for me? Day one of Pressure Cooker, it was a reality show, right? So what do you do on day one of a reality show? Everybody gets hammered. Halfway through getting hammered, they've sprung a cooking competition on them. Every single one of those fuckers nailed it. I was like, I see you. What is this? I guess it's not unusual to have to cook a five-star dish someone's paying $250 for while also under the influence. Huh? I think it has something to say. I should record its cries and ask Ellie about it. That's what I was thinking. Ellie, of course, noted whale translator. Okay, never mind. But then again, I don't really care what you do in the kitchen. I know I've said this before. I've eaten in a lot of restaurants. I'm not bragging. I've eaten in the hottest restaurants. I'm the reason they had to close Noma is because I bought all the food that they had. But like, I've so rarely, it's literally like 1 in 1,000 times I'm at a restaurant, I have an unacceptable meal. It's so rare that I don't care what you guys are doing back there. Just keep it up. You're doing great. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm just swimming with the fishes, but not in like a mafia way, just like in a therapeutic way. I don't know what I'm doing down here. I've never seen you glance this much during a game. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's like you're reading chat more than playing. Okay, guys, we're only at 62 meters right now. I know I've received all your comments that I need to upgrade my suit. As soon as I get the money, I'll do it. But I just couldn't resist leveling Miko up. I heard that she becomes the most efficient chef in the game. Alright, we're passing 70 meters now. I know I need to get the next level on my suit, by the way. Did I already mention that? It looks like there's just a couple of blowfish and a flask down here. Let me just get this oxygen barrel and then I'll get out of there. A lot of you are telling me to go die because I missed a yellow toolbox down at the bottom. I wish you wouldn't say stuff like that, but I recognize that it's my fault that you're crazy. So, like, what are you talking about? We're just having a conversation here. course we're glancing. They wanted me not to glance. They should put Punished Incredible Hulk in the game. Had any good HelloFresh this week? No, my wife canceled HelloFresh again. To which I replied, she'll verify this for you. To which I replied, let's go! This is like the 4th time that we've canceled HelloFresh or whatever the Vancouver local one was called that I forgot. Fresh Prep. Every single time it gets canceled is one of the best days of the month for me. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going for a little swim. What's wrong with HelloFresh? I just don't like it as much as grocery shopping and cooking my own meals, which is cheaper and like almost as convenient, and you can make what you want instead of what they've got on their menu. And also, if you want to cook a meal that only takes like 15 minutes to cook, then you can just cook a meal that takes 15 minutes to cook instead of like, hey, today's HelloFresh meal is a ham sandwich. It's a 45-minute cook factor because we're going to have you like create your own barbecue sauce out of molasses and red wine vinegar, you know? And then like after you eat it, you have no leftovers, whereas like the food you cook yourself, you could also have leftovers. That sponsorship is gone. I mean, they're in the business inbox all the time. I've received some very compelling emails from HelloFresh. Every single one of them I have said to David. I don't know if David Miyazaki's watching it right now. He's probably like, please stop saying this. Maybe one day you'll want to take it, which is fair. But every time I say, even though that deal is amazing, there's no way I could feel good about myself for taking it because I talk so much stuff about smack about HelloFresh on the stream. And even still, I continue to keep talking the smack because it continues to be the way that I feel. I don't think HelloFresh is like horrendous. I just think it's like, for me, it's like worse than getting a recipe off the internet that's like as good and then just buying the ingredients myself for less money and then just cooking the food in less time and with less cleanup. Also, the other thing is people always say something crazy to me, which is like, hey, psst, you can just find the HelloFresh recipes online. Oh, really? I can find a recipe for chicken breast with barbecue sauce on it and some broccoli online? Wow, the internet must be going crazy these days. I thought it was just a place people go to J.O. I didn't realize they had such incredible recipes as like, here's how to make a hamburger and some potato wedges on the side. Here's how to saute a salmon fillet and then cook some rice in a pot. Hello, octopus. I'm a freak. I keep all my HelloFresh recipes in a 3-ring binder. No joke, Kate buys HelloFresh for her parents, and I think it's cute. They have kept every single HelloFresh recipe card they've ever received. The stack is like that big. I need to drop a rock on you. Oh, I'm looking behind the image. Maybe I don't need to drop a rock on you. I don't know. Listen, again, I think you could do worse than HelloFresh. Like, I think ordering DoorDash every night is probably worse than HelloFresh, but there is a caveat there, and the caveat is that the food from DoorDash probably tastes better. Oh, just this rock. Of course, this rock. He's amazing. I will say it's crazy to me. I guess it's the difference between fine dining and just like being a guy. But like, how is it that when they get like a cooking challenge on a cooking TV show, they have 45 minutes to cook a 5-course meal, and they always do something insane. They're like, immediately when they said sour, what popped to mind was hamachi crudo. And I'm like, really? You have 45 minutes to do this, and your first instinct was, what about hamachi crudo, and we'll elevate it a little bit by putting it in a hibiscus broth. That is not what I would be. My ass would be like, here's some air fryer chicken fingers and french fries with some tomato ketchup on the side. Here is a bag of frozen vegetables that I put in the boiling water. Are you a professional chef? In all ways but the literal, I suppose. I'm a professional and I know how to cook food. When I saw the ingredients, I immediately thought crystal meth. What am I doing? I got some octopus goo. Sleep. Oh, I see. Oh, that's the dart. Okay, now. Oh, he poisoned me. He didn't fall asleep, dude. He didn't fall asleep. No. He shrugged it off. He's too strong. He knows how to cook? Well, I don't know. It depends on your, like, on your definition. Kate said it right. Because my daughter has a kitchen set. She makes, like, some messed up foods, right? She'll be like, here's some macaron soup, for example. But, excuse me. Just get in the way. One time, I think she just dropped something on the ground, and she said, Mommy, I'm not good at cooking. It'll break your heart, right? And then Kate replied, and you might say this is catching a stray, but there's some truth to it. She said, no, you're great at cooking. Plus, Mommy's a good cook, and Daddy's decent. So, you're gonna be a great cook. And I didn't take any, I think that's fair. Kate makes some delicious food, and then I make some food that is like, it's pretty good. When Kate doesn't feel like cooking, she's like, it's a reasonable, it's not like a huge downgrade for my husband to cook it instead. No, it's better than survivable. I mean, don't insult me. It's not like you're eating like a can of cold Spam or something like that, but I'm not as good of a cook as my wife, for sure. I'm out of here. Okay, Mr. Food Poisoning. Listen, due to the nature of epidemiology, we still don't know if that food poisoning came from my own home cooking. It's my own scientific mind that leads me to believe that it's my own home cooking when most people would just immediately assume that it's whatever they ate from a restaurant, because it couldn't possibly be me. It must have been like a professional chef. But that shit could have been, honestly, it could have been from DoorDash. It could have been from HelloFresh. If you're such a good cook, what temperature do you cook chicken to? We looked this up in Am I the Asshole? It's 165. I knew that before Am I the Asshole? You cook it to the temperature of not pink. Hold on, can I drop these rocks on? This is the access road? Keep the MFing thing on me. Another rock pile. Okay, sure. But there's no movable device over there, of course. Couldn't just be, like, you know, easy. I guess I could take this rock. Hello. I do be swimming. They do be introducing 7 new mechanics every single mission.
Oh, the tutorial's still going?
Oh, yes. Have you played Dave the Diver?
No. Did you fart?
I did not fart. I didn't. You can smell my armpit. I'm clean.
Did you fart like 5 minutes?
I don't fart on stream. You know, it's like sneezing while driving. I've never had to fart. First time she walked into my room, she was carrying an envelope with our address on it and then like teasing me that she was going to put it on the camera. Second time she walked in and said, "Did you fart?" and like pinched her nose and then walked out while looking at me. This is the amount of disrespect I take on a daily basis for just like doing my job. She's laughing out there. I'm not laughing. All right, I laughed a little bit. Okay, what was Dave saying? I had something going on. She doesn't even know I was complimenting her too. I was saying she's not wrong. She's a good cook. I'm a decent cook. Go up and around. Okay, okay, I can do that. Now imagine if the roles were reversed. That is damn true. What kind of food do you cook? Well, honestly, like, I haven't cooked in a bit, just because we've been making these like weekly trips to the Korean grocery store, and then Kate's been cooking a lot. I'm too like I'm too macronutrient pilled right now. Kate doesn't want to eat what I would want to cook. I would be like, check it out, power chili. It's got 35 grams of protein in every single bowl. Up and around. Only 35? Listen, I'm not trying to like trick myself into thinking that I'm going to compete at the world's strongest man competition. I'm just going to be like, you know, slowly get in better cardiovascular shape. At least that's the game plan. People, you know what is driving? I can't concoct a tweet like this. It's much more for like a stream rant. People will literally be like, "You eat too many apples. Do you know apples have so much sugar in them?" Apples, the things that grow on a tree outside in nature, that people like sustain themselves with back in the caveman days. I'll be like, "What do you eat for breakfast?" They're like, "Oh, first I take oat milk and I put 2 scoops of this 7-kilo tub that has a plutonium rod on it. It's called Optimum Nutrition Strawberry Milkshake Hydrolyzed Whey Isolate Protein. I have no idea how it's made. I think they let a glass of milk dry out in the sun and then fill it with calorie-free artificial sweeteners. Send it to GNC Nutrition where they charge me $95 a tub for it. I put 2 scoops of that into some oat milk and then just a quarter of 1 banana because I don't want too much sugar. I don't want too much sugar in my food. Sugar, the thing that your body breaks down to make ATP to power all metabolic function. Bro, you're eating so many apples. You're eating so many apples. Have you ever considered eating some food that's sugar-free that was made in a laboratory somewhere in Kyrgyzstan instead? They're apples. They're a fruit. I'm sure you could eat too many apples. But I don't think like 2 a day is too many. Hold on. Anyway, I'm just saying. Can you point to who said this? Well, someone 2 days ago asked, "What do you eat in a day?" And I told them what I ate that day, and one person with no context replied, "Apples have too much sugar in them." And that's how I got here. Do I have to drop? Oh, I don't have a pickaxe. Do I have to drop a rock right here? Is this the shadow? Don't want it. Disassemble me. 2 fragments. Careful. I'm just saying. It always drives me crazy when people... You like eat a banana, people are like, "Dude, bananas have so much sugar. Do you hate yourself eating a banana?" You know? Bro, really? Eating a radish? I've been on keto for 6 minutes. I would never eat a single radish. Hold on, I'm spinning. I wanted to say thank you for complimenting my cooking skill. Hold on. But his room smelled like farts, so I ran. You know what I think it is? I hate to tell you this. This is like extreme dang what level. I think I need to, like... What's the word I'm looking for? I need to, like, jack up the Peloton and put the mat under the Peloton into the laundry machine. Like, I think it's actually, it's just soaked up, like, so much concentrated sweat that it needs a heavy cleaning. But listen, I'm gonna divert all your dang whats from me and put them on Apollo. You know Apollo installed his Peloton on carpet? You know it'd be smelling nasty in there in like 6 months. It's gonna be... It's gonna be a sweat lodge in there. That's true, he does have hair. Why? Well, I assume because he's got carpet. Like... You gotta do what you gotta do. I was so excited to add him to my following list, too. I've had the Peloton for like 14 months. I have 4 friends now. I've had 3 friends on the Peloton for the entirety of that time. I don't know why I'm trying to construct it. Finally got a 4th friend. And the worst part is, my 3... And I'm not putting anybody on blast, okay? They're all riding now except Corey. But my 3 friends were like my dad, who got really busy with work and didn't ride for like 6 months. Dan, who started doing other workouts until recently, and thus didn't do any Peloton workouts for like 11 months. And Corey, who bought a Peloton and has 6 lifetime rides in the intervening 6 months. So I was riding through a damn vacuum. It was just me. Like, it was not just a stationary bike. It was a stationary bike with no company at all. Just my ass turning the pedals without accessing any of the social features that are a major selling point for the app. Hold on, I need to dump some stuff here. Honestly, I don't think we need this. We got way too many jellyfish. Even though today's jellyfish day, we got too many. You can dump one of them. You ride on the weekend? It's every day, bro. Weekend, weekday, long weekends, holidays if I'm not at my in-laws anyway. You don't strike me as a social type. I just like to compare outputs. I don't want to like ride with them and give them high fives nonstop, but I want to be like, oh, they rode today and here's the ride they did, and how do you feel about that instructor? Oh, really? I don't really like them that much. I wish they always say, oh, I'm just going to stop and let you enjoy the music, and then like 3 seconds later they're talking again. I'm getting out of here. Does Peloton pay you? Okay, you know what? Hold on a moment. Get audited. Find something you like and insult it. I'm scrolling down. Wait, the last time you were here was for Wii Bowling. Oh my god, never mind. Please stay. I don't have a lot of capital to leverage with you. If you were like, if you'd been around for like a year, I could yell a little bit. I know you're not going anywhere. If you would have gone, you would have gone already. But you, this is it's the first stream you've watched in like 7 months. We're gonna lay out the red carpet for you. It's 2:02. What the time flies. I will equip this. Sure, why not? Wish an updated whale cry. All right, Kate, are you ready? Because I'm going to use my smartphone to save and quit to menu. And then I'm going to very quickly do movie to movie. /marker Dave the Diver.